Hey everyone, so this is the tutorial part 2 for the Line Monster Farm game. Again, like I said in part 1, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment and I'll be sure to get to you and try to help you through it. But the first one, we kind of talked about the menus and the dailies and all of that stuff. Today I'm going to talk to you more about how to weigh the monster. So we're going to click this, and then it doesn't matter which one you click, all of these are just different story modes. So the story mode 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're currently on story mode 5. I'm going to go on story mode 5 because it has everything from the previous story modes plus some extra mechanics. So I want to make sure that you're all up to speed on that. So go ahead and enter. Now, it doesn't matter really which monster we choose, because I'm just going to teach you how to raise the monster all the way through. So, I think for the purpose of this video, I'm going to choose my ghost. I haven't really played with him at all, so he is a very new monster for the most part. So as you can see, I don't have any of these unlocked, but on other monsters, let me see, it will have different stat bonuses. So for this one, we have what we have, and we're going to move forward. Now here, you're going to choose which monsters combine. So in past Monster Rancher games, you combine two monsters and you get a mixed breed. Like, for instance, this Dino is Dino slash Joker, so you combine Dino and Joker monster to give the Dino Joker attributes and properties. In this one, we're just going to basically match the DNA to get the best results. Up here, she's going to say a little information about it, but without translating, just look for the symbol. So a circle is good. You can hit enter for the second monster. Very quick, this is all monsters, this is friend, so you can use a friend monster. Friend monsters can have some benefits because some of them are very strong. As you can see, some of my friends have master rank monsters, which I haven't even raised just yet, so definitely do that. But as you can tell, the circle stays. So oops, too far. So let me go back to the first monster. As you can tell, I can't choose a friend monster for the first one as well. So it has to be this first monster, and then the second one could be a friend. Or the first one could be a friend, the second one be your own monster. You just can't use two friends. So, I'm not getting... there we go. So a triangle is not as good as a circle. So if you use a triangle, you have less chance of a successful combination. And I'm not having good luck on finding a double circle. But if you use a double circle, then that's the best chance. Let's see. And pause. Okay, so I'm having terrible luck finding double circles. It might just be because my ghost's too young, but either which way, we'll go with this. Anyways, so here is your deck. as I mentioned in the last video, you can choose your decks and build them, so that way you can just send in a deck with whatever monster you want. If you want to build a deck, you just go click right here, and if you want auto, you click right here. So if you auto, it asks you if you're sure, and it will just give you the monsters. I want to build a deck, so I'll click each one of these cards, take them out. Now to build the deck, you want to build it to your monster's strength. So depending on what you want to raise your monster as, you'll want to pick cards that support it. So I want to build this skill to this speed, skill, and intelligence type. So that way you can use the intelligence card, intelligence techniques, skills so it can hit, and speed so it can dodge. So if I click this, you can see in this corner here that is intelligence and skill. Sorry, my phone won't let me kind of circle too far to the side, but hopefully you get the idea. Again, these are all the stats and the story mode. So I'm going to add her. I'm going to add Pishi. I'll add this Phoenix. I'll add Yo. And the ones with the handshakes are more like support, like West and stuff like that. So I'll add that. Now, when you click on this one, you can add a hero. So the heroes are gone through events. The event isn't open right now, so I'll make a video on that later. But you can choose which monster hero you want to have assist you, depending on the monster you're raising. So they're each color coded. The monster I have is a black monster, so I want the black card. So I'm going to use Mika and the Joker. She'll give me better stats for that. These are friends. As you can tell, you can scroll through, find something that suits you. If you find one that has the monster that you have, you can possibly get an item. Also, if you hit the little circle down here, it will refresh and you can have a different set of cards to look through. Keep doing that until you find the one that you want to support that monster. Also, by hitting free or color at the top, you can kind of look through what you have. So I want this one, and by having Milala, I can also get the ghost item. So you can see here, it would be wings. Gives you a little description here as well if you want to translate those. Now these are not guaranteed, but it is a possibility. Now you can use combination items. So you can use 2 items. Any of these items can be used. However, if you click one, you can't use certain other ones. They conflict with the one you chose. So the main ones that I'm going to talk about right here is the Awaken and Super Awaken. Those will change your monster's appearance. I'm not going to use Super Awaken just yet, but but I will use Awaken. And then, as you can tell, I can't use certain items to do that. So, right now, I'm gonna use this. It will heal my energy at one point in my life. So I usually use that when my monster's in its prime. This is also a pretty good one for beginners. It will give you more loyalty to your monster by 20 points if you're having a hard time understanding your monster and you want to raise it with more loyalty right off the bat. So click these two, enter, and now it's going to cost that many points. And this is the name it automatically generated. You can change it if you want. We'll keep it as is. Again, like I said last video, this is just your preference on how to play the story mode. It doesn't particularly matter. You can also change that in the options if you want to translate and look through it. So now we're raising the ghost. That's just all story mode. If you don't want to read through all the story, auto, just to go through it. Some results will give you, some options will give you better results, but it doesn't particularly matter for this, more speed one type of thing. So if you click this, it'll change it to the percentages that you can raise compared to other stats. And when I click on, well, actually I should explain these. So these are the stats, this is the item, this is your monster, and then this is West, Train, Trait, Sick, Play, Errantry, and Tournament. Going through each one, item is items you acquire. As you can tell, when I click on it, I have the bottle that I got earlier. You can also get items from tournaments. So, monster, you click on this, it's gonna view all your stats that you've acquired so far, and all the stories, and all of that sort of stuff. So, and then sick doesn't happen too often, but if your monster gets sick, then you can heal them by taking them there. Play is like rest. It doesn't heal as much energy, which your energy gauge is up here, but it will raise your loyalty, which is right here. And this to corner here, let me kind of clear that up, is your harshness and your fondness. So if you're being kind to your monster, the heart will become heavier. If not, then the other one will become heavier. So if you're strict, your monster will train better, but it also will be less, not loyal to you, but less easygoing with you. So now on to training. We're going to click training here. As you can tell, we have a whole new group of characters up here. Those characters will give you bonuses. So keep an eye for them. And then, as you can tell up here, there's a monster that we chose for one of our cards. And it will tell you the stat that it boosts. So, depending on which one you click, you can see different monsters boosting different things, and if they align, they get bonuses. So, more monsters on one, the higher the points. As you can see, this gives 6, while this gives 28. So, we're going to want to click this. That though took a portion of our energy, and because they did great, we'll want to praise it. Usually, this is a good option, this is a bad option, just kind of at the rule of thumb. And because of that praise, we got more fondness, and we also got more loyalty. Sorry, my cat's making noise in the background still. So here, it doesn't really particularly matter. We'll just go with the left hand. Okay, as you can see, this number's counting down. That counts down to each ICC tournament. There's going to be multiple of them, and the more tournaments you win, the more points that you're on. So, right now we're on 0 points. We have to on more to basically rank at the end. So this is one stage of life, next stage, Eldol, and then the tournament. So as you go through the monster's life, there will be a tournament at the end of each stage. They don't do E, C, D, B, A, and S anymore. That is how we rank the tournaments. So as you can tell, the tournament isn't open just yet. It has the lock thing on though. It doesn't open until the monsters of a certain age. So we're going to continue training. You look, there's only one person there. More people here. So look for whichever stat works out best for you. Guess this one will be fine for now. Okay, so after you use enough of, once you do enough training, one of these people will pop up. So these will be a bonus. The EX training, as this called. So once you see the EX training, I'll click it, and it depends on which I think they're called Monster Masters that you want. So that one, this one, and this one all have different stats. Some more so than others. As you can tell, her stats are way lower than hers. So it's either going to be these two. Since we want to raise the intelligent type, this is power. We're going to go with all. There we go. Now she'll give you a few options. We'll just pick the corner one, and we'll move on. It's a lot of story mode, so it's nice to be able to be past it, but there's no actual skipping it. So go ahead and enter, then so this, whenever you see the light bulb, that means the monster's trying to interact with you. So you click that for bonus. And we continue on. now as you can see, there's only one left. For the most part, when it says one up though, that's when the ICC tournament is. The first tournament, however, starts on 0. So we still have this. We are not using that for a little while. Just a reminder as such. So we're not getting great stats, and yeah, I'm not getting great stats at times. So it doesn't particularly matter what we choose. But I'll go with this. Okay. Okay, now that we're here, this is a tournament. So at the first tournament of the Monster's Life, it goes into this menu, and the last tournaments, it goes into this menu where you cannot proceed without battling. So take a look at this. These are the different bonuses for inside the battles. You can choose whichever one you want. Doesn't particularly matter for this one, but click them and then you can translate them and choose the one that matches your monster best. The enter and the number went down. These numbers come back up if you win tournaments. Okay, enter the first one, and enter. So this is the debut match. If you do lose this one, it will pop up again later as the makeup match. So it's not a very big deal, but as I said in the last video, you can usually just hit skip and sleep on it. But we'll battle. So when battling, you can see the directional buttons go from side to side, and depending on where this arrow is the attack that you can click. So if you do have 2 attacks, it'll pop up on the bottom of the screen. When you hit one of the attacks, it will launch. Now, the guts is here, and then thank you for that. And then he did fully. Move forward, you can click this to knock back, and then you have percent and guts heal, how much it costs. Green is intelligent techniques, which is what we're raising this ghost in, and then yellow is power techniques. Again, I'll do a more deep dive video on it, but for the most part, a lot of the people that play this game play Monster Rancher 2, and it's a very similar system. So after that, you go into another story event. These story events, you can tell because it's yellow up here, kind of a gold, and they are unique to the story that you chose. After that, you want to feed, so you just click whichever one you want. Each one has different healing properties and such, so I'll have to go deeper into that as well. As you can tell, it healed some of the energy, and then this ghost got some points, and it grew. So now it's in the second stage of life, and you can see heal 12. So after 12, it will go again. A countdown is also up here to keep an eye on it. Now that's done, we go to our bag. We can give the monster the item that we got from the tournament. And now I'm going to show you how to get new techniques. So you want to go right down there. And this is the whistle. Whistle would take your monster on a land chase to get new techs. These are ones that we already got. Meanwhile, the ones without the red on them are the ones that we haven't got yet. So, also in the little corner here is the color of the technique. They would do more damage to colors of the opposing technique. So, like red would do more to a green monster. And we'll cover that as well later. This right here will do a showcase. So if you click on the showcase, you can just view the techniques. That way you can see what exactly you're learning. And if you don't like it, you can avoid that technique. Clicking back out, you'll see the percentages. These percentages will raise, but like this is 46% chance of learning, while this is 30. So do keep an eye on those, because if you can't learn it, you can't learn it. Like Ghost didn't learn that one, so now I have to get another ticket to learn that. Tickets come every time you get to a certain point on your burrito rank. So the burritos, instead of ranking from E, D, C, like I said, we get points. So certain points are thresholds. As you can see up here, this is my burrito rank, and it's the pyramid. So these are the ranks and the points you need to get to the rank. After you get to each rank, you get one ticket. Those tickets can then be used in the event race. Next up, tournaments. So that's gonna be right there. Want to click it, and then these are the dates and these are the tournaments. If you haven't beat the tournament yet, it won't have a crown here, and if that's the case, it will have gems. So you beat the tournament, you get gems. Gems can be used to unlock monsters in the gacha. These are going to be the amount of gold you get. The gold is used for the points to get you up that pyramid. And then lastly, these are the ranks of the tournament, so bronze and silver. The colors correlate to how hard the tournament will be. Then you have specific tournaments that are a little harder than other ones. These also will result in more reward if you defeat it though. Also, these are terrains. So as I was saying before, if one of the bingo cards or one of the other missions that you're in say that this monster needs to be powered up in the mountain area, but this monster isn't strong enough in the mountain area, you can enter this tournament to raise that monster's abilities in that terrain. So by raising that at the end of the monster training, you can claim that reward. Skipping through them all, there are different tournaments that you need to focus on. This is the main one that I'm going to tell you about right now, the Monster Derby. So the Monster Derby will give you more energy throughout the rest of your training. So right here you see the little empty space. that will fill up, meaning that ball will be that big, which will help a lot in the long run. Now, you can either watch for the state, or because I always forget that I skip it if I do it that way, you just click on it, and then you want to click this button here. That will register you for it. Hit yes, and Tabitha will remind you. Exit back out. Now we can train until the event. We click this. And you can see this one's glowing, so we want to go check it out. And apparently the ghost will give me a bonus right now, so we want to do that. Goes through some more story mode. I'm going to just kind of click through this because I'm not going to translate this whole thing for you guys, but it's just story, and it's in relation to the ghost card that I added in. If you want to see this translated or any of the others, definitely check out my other videos. I translate all of the story modes, and eventually I will be dubbing all the stories, including the actual story mode itself, which I will be making into Monster Rancher movies, so stay tuned for those as well. Anyways, again, we have an EX training, so you can choose which one you want. So I'm gonna choose Hall. She has the best stats in the field I need. Just click the first one, because we're not going to dive into that just yet. And now this monster is getting kind of tired. You can see that it's low, so the chance of it failing the training is going to be higher. And they don't recover after failing, so therefore they'll just keep failing. So you want to rest your monster or play with them. Resting will heal that ball more. Playing will heal the ball less, but it will add loyalty, which is up here. Loyalty, if you have a lot of it, the monster won't do full loyalty, which is when a monster won't listen to you and just stands there, and the opponent will have twice the chance of hitting. So you definitely want to raise that. Depending on if you want to raise now or not is up to you. When you click on the play though, sometimes there will be a secondary option, which is the ghost right here. So normally it only will have Tabitha. This option is due to the card that I used. Okay, we'll skip that. Oh, wait, I got that in reverse. Never mind. One of them is from the cards, one of them is just wiggle. Is the important thing. Anyways. We're going to click this. To power up again. Again, sorry for any errors in this because I have been working a lot and very tired. So, sorry if I misspeak. This is all unscripted. So, anyways, we keep going. Also, if I do misspeak, feel free to comment. I won't take it personal. In fact, it's better that way because then I can correct myself in the actual training videos. because I might be misinformed. Anyways, so we're going to rest again. So what I meant to say was Tabitha was due to the card. And you can see here the 3 events. So you click that and it will open up a card event. It will heal battle and eventually it will finish out the card. And with some cards like Tabitha and the ones with a lot more story events, there will be like a little cutscene, which usually I screenshot for phone backgrounds. So you're welcome to do that as well once you get to there. And it's kind of fun to see the little cutscenes. So as you can tell, the ghost reacts differently. Does not want to react to some. And you can also use that kind of as an indicator of what you want to do. But for now, I'm going to just do this. I'm hoping that I can get the item from the ghost, but we'll see. It isn't a guarantee, so just kind of keep playing with that assist card until you unlock it, if you do. As you can see, Tabitha popped up, this is glowing, and now the tournament is on the way. So going into this tournament, you might be able to win with the new monster, but it's not the easiest tournament. So it's kind of a 50-50 shot on it. But after this tournament, if we win it, we get an item that's definitely worth it. You can tell we're not too far apart. There's all the traits that pop up in my battle on my side, and all of his on his. We're going to actually battle. For these, you usually don't want to just auto battle because you might lose. The AI doesn't work the best in this game when you do the auto. So that's mostly just like if your monster is extremely stronger than the other one. As you can see, it's doing fully, not listening, and that's due to the lack of loyalty. It's still a baby monster after all, so, or a child monster rather. So that's pretty commonplace. This one might be a little too strong. So as you can see, we lost. We'll just try again by using one of the time hourglasses. So you can try this a few times. Eventually it will just count as a loss and move on if you keep losing, or if you lose by too great of an amount. So do be aware of that. You want to wait till you have a lot of guts, so you have a higher chance of landing a hit as well. Though that's not turning out in my favor. Okay. Well, it's going well. Okay. So I might not have a chance with this one. So I'm going to use one of my rainbow hourglasses and see if I can get a better option. Okay. So let's see this one. One's a lot faster. And we don't have any real good techniques yet. But let's see. It does have less defense though. But that don't matter if you can't hit. Okay, there we go. Come on. There we go. Cool. Wasn't going to look too good if I couldn't beat that. But now that we beat it, we get the item that we needed. And we get more points, so we ranked up, so we got a ticket. We ended up actually getting 2 tickets because it was worth so many points. There are other tournaments that you need to be aware of too, but for now, that's the only one that I'm really going to talk to you about. So, for the most part, it doesn't particularly matter what food you give them. It does, but not to the extent that you can't win the game. Okay, should have arrested him. I'm not going to scold him. Hit yes on you. Okay, now that he's really tired, we're going to go to item. We're going to click this and increase all the way back up. Then we're going to rest. There you go. Okay. Now since it's the first, as you can see here, we want to enter the ICC, the IMA Classic. That's my cat Tomoko. And no Tomos. Okay. Apparently my game just got a lot harder because now I'm trying to pet a cat and play. But let's see how I do. Okay, so these are our stats. There you go. So, that's the first tournament down, and I think 5 more to go? Yeah, 5 more to go. So we got another ticket. So now we have 3 different tickets. So you can get 3 techniques, or at least try for 3 techs. So story mode related. Again, I'll translate all of this later, so definitely check out all that. I'll also give a food guide eventually, so you know which foods do what. And he now aged up again. Okay, so these warnings are kind of new. They are stray monsters and they pop up in the event trace. So definitely be aware of those. And as you can see, we did increase odds a little bit. Also, we have 100% heal, so that one is a given. Same with this one. So I'm going to go for the slot machine one. Still didn't get it. And awaken. So the item I gave him at the very beginning, it kicks on in randomly throughout the training, and it just kicked in. So now he looks different. So from here, we can check tournaments, see which ones we want to enter, if we want to enter any. But for me, I'm just going to click here and go back and try again. Okay. So I lost the battle, but I got the item. That's something. Not item, technique. Okay, so now I click this one just for the event. And now EX training. So I'll go with you. Okay, so this is a training event. As you can see, it's going to pause my fast forward because I have it set to that setting if it's a new one. You can find that in the option menu. Okay, so now that you see the aura around him, that means he's in his prime. He's going to get better stats and all that. So at this point is when you want to use this. Because you want to keep him in his prime for as long as you can without wasting. So we'll click this. Each monster only has one prime, so definitely keep items or whatever that can help you through that from tournaments and such. Okay, do this one now. This is just Tabitha singing happy birthday. Does that for every monster. And her cake can heal monsters for exhaustion. So let's see. Just basically going to keep focusing on the ones I want. Like I said before, this is why we choose the cards we choose. Because if you chose a bunch of power cards, but you want to raise an intelligent monster, you wouldn't be able to raise any of those stats really. Okay. That one's actually, yeah. It's fine. They're pretty much the same. Okay. First one. Again, you can choose whichever one you want to click. It doesn't really matter. They have different results, but I'm not going to run through all the results on this video. Now that the oil is gone, it's not important anymore. So it's not going to get as big gains. So now I'm going to take it back on the entry and try again. Nope, still can't get that one. Don't know if you guys got that yawn. Excuse me, I'm just super tired. But we're good. Anyways. So let's get this stack going. Still hoping to get the item from Ghost, but we'll see. It's close. Aha! Ghost made it. Okay, now that we're on the first again, again you can see appeal. You're going to want to enter the tournament. Then enter again, enter again. Now you can skip these if you want, but they give pretty good point values. So, like, technically the story wants you to. But if you fight other ones like the Major Fall and stuff, you get the points just fine from other places. So enter this. Oops. Did not click it fast enough. There we go. And got him. Still find it weird that some of the attacks leave you standing up. But okay. So we got more points and more fame. Which I haven't really talked about this. This is fame heal. I don't really think fame does anything in this game, but I'll have to look into that. Come think of it. I think it's just like, just kind of a thing to say, hey, I'm this famous. I don't think it actually has any gameplay mechanics. So we go through the story again. Feed the monster. And doing another stage of life. So this is going to be the oldest stage. And the last one we have to play through. So when you're looking at the tournaments, there will be some 10,000 ones like this. Those are the Major 4 tournaments. If you don't know what a Major 4 is, it's the strongest tournament. They are in every game, pretty much. And those ones are really hard to beat. If you can beat them though, then you get 10,000, which is about double for the highest ones. So you definitely want to try them if you can win, but if not, don't really worry about them. They're not required. So I'm going to click this, try for that again, and I got it. Good job. Now I'm going to rest. I'll have them left with Tabitha. Well, play rather. Go ahead, enter. Do this one this time. I'm gonna rest again. Okay. That one get better points. Okay, so you cheated. Okay, so you found the item, you give that back to him. And see if his loyalty increase at all. Okay, another EX training. Hopefully everyone's kind of following along with this, but we shall see. So I'm gonna rest. The EX mission. Now we don't really need that stat, but figure why not, since it's a high stat bonus. And in case if we bump a power technique or something, it's good to have, I guess. But technically, you don't need to raise power at all if you're raising intelligence, and you don't need raise intelligence if you're raising power. It's kind of always been the case with Monster Rancher. Okay. This one. We'll rest. This is another event, so that's why it won't let me skip. And he got the item. So there we go. This actually looked pretty cool. Okay. So next, you could click on a trait if you want, which is right there. You can choose something to give you a monster. Oops. Google Translate to kind of show you guys. So you just Google Translate these and figure out which ones you want. And then you just click them like that. It'll take in different amount of energy to unlock each one of these. So I have 572. Now I have 372. And so on and so forth. There we go. Let's grab some random ones. Okay, so now we're on 7. Going into that. Okay, again we're on the 4th. Skip over to the end. These are the stats. Now you can auto or you can battle. I'm going to just battle. There we go. And that should take here. Okay. Okay, now it's speed through the last of this story mode. Okay, now we're adding in something. So this is due to the hero. If you don't have a hero, you won't get this. But if you have a hero, like I have Mika, then now we have a new storyline. So click something to train. Doesn't really matter what, like up to you what you want to train. But there's nothing to do that week. The tournament schedule is gone. And next week you'll have to battle Mika or whichever hero you chose. Okay, so go ahead. Since apparently we're doing pretty good, we're going to fight the 15K version of the tournament. Depending on how good you're doing, you will fight lower or higher ranks. 15 is the highest. So I'm going to just kind of skip back over. Okay. Don't know if I can beat this guy, but we're going to give it our best. There we go. There we go. I gotcha. So we beat the 15K, and now we got 15K towards our breeder points. And then now, no matter how many breeder points you have, you can enter the ICC finals. So the finals would be 3 tournaments. It would be 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000. And this will end the story mode. So, past here, you're going to have one training or a entry or whatever you want to do. And then you go straight into the tournament. So, like, we're going to go to the entry. I'll try to get this one. Cool, got it. So now there you go. Now we have to fight. So this is going to just give you a 1 day in between each tournament. Okay. One hit KO. And then rank up, so therefore I didn't get any of those tickets. Following story mode, we skip over all that stuff. We eat something. And it restarts to 1. So this is going to be the secondary tournament. Since we have nothing, we'll use one of the extra trainings. There you go. Okay. Now for the 9,000. So same thing as the 8,000. You click it, you play through, then you fight that monster. Boom. Alrighty, and with that, we now have max fame. We got one more ticket. Okay, after the story mode, we can use the ticket to get one more training. Okay. As you can tell, if you scoot forward, it's the 10K. So that's the ending. Okay. So now you can either train, which you can choose which one you want to do, or well, you can go to the entry, or you can train, or you can sleep, or whatever. But you have 1 day left before your monster's completely done with the training. So I'm going to click on this very quick. So I just want to record those so that I can use them for future videos. Anyways, I'm going to get this one before I end this monster run. Okay. So now, choose whichever one you want. Okay. And then we're on the last tournament of the story. So we're going to skip this. Go into battle. This is going to be your main rival monster. So this will be the toughest fight you have outside of the advanced tournaments, like the Major 4 and stuff like that. So you knock that one out, and you've won the ICC. Now, technically, we didn't complete everything, so if you enter a tournament, you can go higher. Master rank would be at the 120,000. So you have to enter a lot more tournaments, but this video is already very long, so I didn't want to add time when we didn't need to. Also, each story mode has a certain character that you're supposed to be talking to get the kind of like the good ending to the story mode, more of a final ending. In story mode 1, it's boss, so every time you see boss, you have to talk to him. So figure out which character it is in the story mode you're playing to get the final story cutscene. So now that this is all done, you can get a little more points like that. Do whatever. These are going to be your stats. Enter. If you want to waste 27 points, yeah. Got no need for it. And then Ghost is S3. So that is how you beat the story mode, how you unlock the items, and how you awaken a monster. Again, I'll try to go back through a lot of the concepts in kind of a more scripted, video, but this is just a video to kind of help people get started on the game as I try to prep the other videos. Again, if anyone has any comments or concerns or questions or anything, just feel free to comment below and I'll help out anyone I can. So I hope everyone enjoys this game. It's been 3 years and it's still going strong. Take care and goodbye.